So hi, we're at IFSEC 2018 and I'm joined today by Derek Arcuri. Derek, tell us a bit about yourself.
Sure thing. I'm Product Marketing Manager with a key focus on access control for Genetec.
You're pretty global at the moment as well, so what's trending globally in the access control markets at the moment?
Well, one trend that we're seeing is the adoption of access control as a service. So cloud-based access control is growing at twice the rate of traditional on-premise access control. We've recently made a new version available for Security Center called Synergist SaaS Edition, where customers can actually retain all of their downstream field devices, connect Synergist Cloud Link to connect over to Microsoft Azure. So through that gateway appliance, customers can retain their hardware and get the full benefits of a cloud-based access control as a service, not having to actually maintain the physical servers at their site. So there are a lot more efficiencies within the organization by moving over to the cloud.
Now, a big part of the focus this year at IFSEC for us is data management and how we're applying that to business improvement with our customers. How does Access fit with that conversation?
That's a good question. So let me give you an example of picture a typical site with a lot of doors at the perimeter. We can run a quick report of all sorts of different events at these perimeter doors. So here I have a report on door forced open events for my perimeter doors, and I see that one door is getting a lot more door forced open events than any other door. So we'll investigate, why is there an outlier with one door over the others? And it could be that the door has lost its perfect bond with the frame of the door. As a result, it's not actually perfectly bonded, and so people are leaning up against the door and triggering a door forced open event. So of course, organizations can then take action and fix that issue before it becomes a vulnerability.
I mean, this stuff makes a difference in businesses every day.
It sure does, and I'll give you another example of how customers can be a lot more operationally efficient. So picture giving the actual physical card to the card holder can be a challenge for an organization managing thousands of card holders. Airlines, for example, have issues actually getting the physical card to their employees, but with the use of mobile credentials, the credential can actually be stored within the actual phone, and they can use their mobile phone to gain access to the physical location. So gone are the days of having to use physical cards. We're starting to see trends where we're moving more towards the digital, or that the plastic card is becoming less and less prominent in the space.
Yeah, and of course we've got to talk about cyber. What's happening with the security of our security? Tell us about cyber and access control.
So a big message I have at this show is that moving over to secure smart card, secure readers is not the only way to secure your access control system. You have to consider the entire architecture from card all the way to head-end software. Ask your vendor questions like, what's the protocol behind the reader up into the controller? Is it WEGAN, or is it OSPP version 2, or another secure bidirectional protocol? How secure are the controllers? How often are we updating the firmware of these IP controllers? These controllers have a database of information on them. If they're not kept secure, there could be some potential vulnerabilities, and this is where Genetec is there to guide the markets on how to secure their overall access control system.
So you've got one more thing. If there's one thing you want to tell us about in the UK this year, what's it going to be?
It was exactly that, on securing your overall security system.
Listen, Derek, thanks very much.
Thank you.